Sometimes I'm just so busting inside, and I just don't know how to explain this to people.
Joskus minusta tuntuu vain ihan kuin räjähtäisin sisällä, enkä pysty sitä selittämään ihmisille.
I look back at my life before, and I look at my life now. There are 360-degree difference.
Kun katson elämääni, jota elin aikaisemmin, ja kun katson nyt elämääni, mitä elän nyt, niin siinä on 360 asteen ero.
I was so bound, so limited, so restricted by myself, by all kind of convention, by all kind of prejudice, by all kind of traditional thinkings and way of life, that even though I live in a free democratic countries, I never felt truly free.
Olen niin rajoittuna kaikennäköiset traditiot ja kaikki ennakkoluulot ja kaikki, vaikka asuin monissa maissa, en siltikään tuntenut itseäni todella vapaaksi.
And then when I first get a glimpse of God, first get a taste of enlightenment, I thought, that's it, I am free, I felt free.
Ja kun sitten sain ensimmäisen kerran näin Jumalan tunsin ja näin valaistuksen tunsin ensimmäistä kertaa todellisen vapauden.
But then there was just a fraction of freedom until I keep continuing to recognize this freedom, and then it grows and grows until I cannot explain no more what true freedom is. I just know I'm free.
Mutta tällöin vielä se oli vain osa tätä vapautta, kunnes jatkoin sitä vapauden etsimistä ja vähitellen sitten tunnen itseni todella vapaaksi.
And when I looked at some of our brothers and sisters who are still in the stage that I was before, I feel sorry.
Ja kun katson sitten sisariani ja veljeni, jotka ovat siinä tilassa, missä olin itse silloin aikaisemmin, minun tulee heitä sääli.
Because this freedom, every one of us can attain, but not every one of us have.
Koska jokainen voi saavuttaa tämän vapauden, mutta kaikki eivät ole saavuttaneet sitä.
Even enlightened people, it would take a little while to get the complete freedom.
Jopa valaistuneille ihmisille kestää vähän aikaa ennen kuin pääsee tähän todelliseen vapauteen.
It's not the outside freedom. It's not the outward action like you have to jump around or shouting on the street or advocate for your own freedom inside. It's just the limitless feeling of expansion, of that you could be anything you want. You could do anything you want, and yet you still remain in virtues. You still remain in God's love. You still remain in perfection.
Se ei tarkoita sitä, että meidän täytyy tuolla vapauttaa, että pystymme hyppimään ja julistamaan vapauttamme. Se tarkoittaa sitä, että olemme vapaita sisäisesti ja me vielä säilyttämme siinä vapaudessa tämän viattomuutemme.
And yet no one will ever be harmed, be killed, or be suppressed in any way by our attaining our freedom.
Ja kuitenkaan ei ketään vahingoiteta sillä, että tai painosteta tai muuten kärsi siitä, että me olemme saavuttaneet vapauden.
We work so hard daily just to attain the freedom of living, of the freedom of survival, so we can have enough food, we can have enough necessities to take care of our physical life.
Me joudumme joka päivä tekemään niin paljon sen vapauden eteen, että saamme syötävää ja että pystymme fyysisesti sitten olemaan vapaita.
So it is about time, since we have everything already in this physical comfort, it is about time we work for our spiritual freedom.
Joten nyt on aika, kun me olemme fyysisesti hyvin jo mukavissa asemissa, nyt on aika pyrkiä tähän henkiseen vapauteen.
It is a new season. I think we can begin to do something new, and I come here to offer you a new way, a newfound freedom that you will never regret again, that you have never found before, no matter how much money you have.
Ja minun mielestäni on nyt uuden aikakauden tai uusi aikakausi, jolloin voimme aloittaa jotakin uutta. Ja olen tullut tarjoamaan teille semmoista, mitä te ette voineet koskaan saada.
We have to know how. We have to not let the busy schedule of this transient existence blind us, deafen us, or do our heart so that we don't see, we don't hear, we don't know with the real eyes, real ears, real knowledge. Every day we must reserve a little time out of 24 hours, however much you can spare. We must reserve a little time for us so that we can remember our glory, so that we can experience what the Bible has teach us, like the kingdom of God is within you. Buddha nature is inside you. Every being is a Buddha. Everyone is a child of God. If we are too busy, we won't remember this. We just hear say, but we don't know actually what it is. For a person who heard of Sacramento or Fresno, and another person who came here and visit the city, it's a completely different story. So most of us, we hear that, okay, we're the children of God. I know that. I'm also a Buddha. I know that. But we don't really know. And that's why every day we suffer so much, because there's a part inside of us crying. Let me free, let me be the great one. Let me be the one I really am. That is the Buddha inside us. That's the God within us. That's the Supreme Master. And when we already know our real selves, no problem is too big to solve. No death can ever frighten us. No danger can scare us. We always feel good, feel secure, feel godlike, feel holy, feel ever happy, ever ready to help anyone in need, physically and spiritually. Spiritually, help is the best help, because once you help someone spiritually, they can help themselves. And then in turn, they take care of their own physical need as well. In the beginning, perhaps the Master helped you in times of need, physically or spiritually. But later on, you help yourself. And later on, you help everyone else. Your parents, who is even deceased parents, your grandparents,